Two giant round discs, taller than a person, sway as they move toward the railway tracks. On the tracks sits a massive cutting machine. The giant discs are mounted onto it, then fitted with accessories, and finally secured with a large nut. To tighten it, a hammer must be used to pound it in place. The worker strikes it hard a few times, and the installation of the giant disc is complete. Beneath the railway tracks is not soil, but a precious granite mountain. The machine that cuts it is supported by the railway tracks. Before this, the workers had already tightly connected each section of the track and hammered in wedges. Now the incredibly sturdy cutting machine begins to spin, and water sprays up like a fountain. The cutting machine makes a vertical cut and moves forward along the railway track, leaving a deep groove wherever it passes. Then, a wire saw cuts horizontally at the base, separating a large block of stone from the mountain. Workers manually chisel out a groove, allowing a forklift to insert its forks underneath, lift the raw stone, and set it aside to await transport. When the truck arrives, the forklift loads the stones onto the truck one by one. The constantly tilting wheels during loading show that each raw stone weighs at least several tons. At the processing plant, as soon as the hydraulic trailer is raised, the giant stone slides down along the forks and is then carried into the cutting workshop. Inside the workshop, noise fills the air as the cutting machines are busy at work. Under the wash of muddy water, they look just like any other ordinary stone. Compared to repeatedly cutting a single giant slab, the 8-blade cutter here increases work efficiency by a full 8 times. A raw stone is quickly cut, and with a special tool run along the joints, a slab is easily snapped off. Then a roller tumbles it down. With hardly any effort, the once whole stone is turned into a stack of slabs with natural patterns. They are then moved to another location. The surface layer of the granite peels off under intense heat, creating a rough texture that provides an anti-slip function, making it ideal for outdoor use. As for the slabs used indoors, they need to be polished and ground. The granite slabs are pushed into the machine, and with the press of a button, the polishing wheels begin to spin rapidly one after another. They repeatedly rub against the slabs, creating a shiny and smooth surface. In addition, the magnificent long granite blocks have an even grander purpose. Several workers are working hard to thread a steel cable under the massive stone, while workers on the other side are trying to pull it through. Both ends of the cable, which passes beneath the stone, are hooked onto a large iron hook. Once the workers have safely moved away, the hook is slowly lifted, the cable is tightened, and the stone, weighing over 80 tons, is hoisted up and moved onto the prepared supports. But that's not the end. The steel cable is readjusted, and the massive stone is flipped over. This is to load it onto the truck. At this point, the workers must stay away, because if the cable snaps, the consequences would be unimaginable. A long trailer is backed directly under the stone, and workers risk their safety to climb up and adjust the support beams. Several workers control the swaying stone, guiding it into the proper position. At the cutting site, a black line is marked on the top of the stone. The wire saw is embedded with extremely hard industrial diamonds, which can split the granite in two. The wire saw is fixed in place with stones, so that it aligns with the black line, and small notches are made on both sides to prevent it from shifting during the cut. Since each stone is a different size, the length of the wire saw needs to be adjusted on the spot and then reconnected. Once the preparations are complete, the cutting begins. 7 hours later, the granite is cut cleanly in half, with a neat and smooth surface. After being treated with flames, its rough natural texture is revealed. Next comes the carving stage, where the writing from the paper is transferred onto the granite. This craftsman has 30 years of experience in stone carving, and the entire process is carried out in one smooth motion. After blowing away the dust and applying color, the striking characters will be deeply rooted here from now on.